Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. This week, let's take a look at SBI Magnum Multicap Fund and compare its performance with Nifty 500 Total Returns Index and some category peers like HDFC Equity and Kotak Multicap. Incidentally, Kotak Multicap is is the fund with the largest AUM, the active fund with the largest AUM, 32,000 crores, something like that. The next fund, private mutual fund is SBI Nifty 50 ETF. That is non-NPS mutual among non-NPS mutual funds. So SBI Magnum Multicap was launched in September 2005. It has an AUM of about 8,758, 760 crores or so as on January 2020. Just 3 years ago in December 2016, the AUM was only about 1,400 crores. So that's a big push from SBI, and they have justified that push, I would say, with the performance, as you will see. Um, the fund has not changed too much because of the SEBI categorization rules. Earlier, they had limits on how much they would invest in large caps, how much they would invest in mid caps, and so on. But they have removed that because they don't need to have such restrictions because of the SEBI rules. If you look at the asset allocation history of the fund, the blue component is the large cap. In fact, the large cap has been anywhere between 60 to just under 70%. The orange component is the mid cap, and the gray component is the small cap. The others is cash and so on. So it's been fairly a large cap tilted multi-cap fund. For in the case of many multi-cap funds, they are actually glorified large and mid-cap funds. This is one another large and mid-cap fund in the multi-cap category, which is amusing. So let's look at the performance of the fund with Nifty 500. We shall consider more than 2,000 5-year returns. In each line, you will see 2,333 data points. Each of them is a 5-year return. The red is Nifty 500, the blue is SBI Magnum Multicap. And what I find interesting about this fund is compared to the past reviews, for many funds that I've seen, they would outperform in the distant past and then they would actually lag in the recent past. This fund has underperformed up to about late 2013 or mid 2013, and then it has picked up and done reasonably well and outperformed the Nifty 500. This is over 5 years. Over 10 years, we just have about 1,082 data points. And again, up to about middle of September or early 2017, the fund has underperformed Nifty 500. And after that, it's marginally done better. And then in the last few months or about a year or so, it has done actually much better. So it's a very strange kind of thing, but it's good. It's good to see that. Now we look at the performance of SBI Multicap with HDFC Equity and Kotak Multicap. This is over 5 years. The white line is HDFC Equity, the blue is SBI Magnum Midcap, the green is Kotak Multicap. You barely see the green, I'll tell you why. The red is Nifty 500. You can barely see the green here because the SBI Magnum Multicap and Kotak Multicap, Kotak Standard Multicap have basically given the more or less the same 5-year returns from December 2014 onwards. There's practically no difference between them. That's really amusing. And look at the difference in the AUM. Look at the white line, which is HDFC Equity. The outperformance is very good, reasonable, or good to reasonable here, and then it has dropped. And since 2015 onwards, there's not been much of an outperformance of HDFC Equity. They barely managed to stay above in Nifty 500, I would say. And this is regular plans. The direct plans would have done a touch better. And over 10 years, you can see the white line, the HDFC Equity has done significantly better in the past, but then it has come down. The outperformance has come down. But over all those 1,082 data points, all of them are above the red line, which is Nifty 500. So HDFC Equity has done well over that 10-year period, to its credit. The Kotak doesn't have much of a history. It's just that little bit of outperformance that you see here, Island, that you see here, the green dots. But you can't say too much about it. It's a very new fund. Already, it's got huge AUM. I don't know if it's going to perform to that extent in the future. So, in terms of risk, I've not included the risk data. This is the rolling risk. So, we are looking at the monthly fluctuations in the, or the fluctuations in the monthly returns, I should say, over every possible 10-year period. The lower the line, the lower the risk. You can see the SBI fund is more or less the lowest. Kotak Multicap is a touch less volatile than SBI, but there's not much of a difference. The red line is the index. Notice how much more volatile HDFC equity, the white line, has become. Initially, the white line was a little bit up to about 2017 or so, end 2017. The white line was below the index, and then it has become more volatile than the index. More volatile than the index, not much of a returns. That's not a good combination for an active fund, is it? So, SBI Standard Multicap is one of those quiet performers. It has picked up its performance in the last couple of years instead of the other way around, which we see in many funds. You can, if you're holding the fund, you can consider, you can still hold it as long as the performance is comfortable and okay with you. And if you're looking for a quiet multi-cap fund, if you're one of those if you prefer a multi-cap fund, then this could be one you can consider. But be aware that it's a bank-linked fund. When the market starts to zoom, they will start to push heavily. They have pushed heavily where before the previous Lok Sabha election, the 2014 Lok Sabha election, they started, they noticed that the market is going to pick up and they started pushing the fund heavily. That's why the AUM has grown up. The same could happen, although it's only 8,000 crores as of now, but you have to keep that in mind. So it has been a quiet performer, not consistently quiet performer, but it has done reasonably well. Good enough, I would say. Bye-bye.